Okay, so we want to basically click on the store local database or view local database images, and then either have the option to store photos locally to our database or to view them. So to do them, we have to go build a database helper class. We're going to right click on our package, and we're going to create a new package, and we're going to call it databases, because we are going to be using more than one database. So we're going to right click in databases and say new Java class and call this local database helper. And we want to get access to SQL Lite, which is a local database stored locally on your phone, which actually comes with your Android installation. So the first thing is to get access to the SQL Lite Open Helper. If we go to the Android documentation, it just tells you have to import this little guy here. So we go and we say import, and I forgot what I read there, android.database.sqlite.openhelper. Or we can just copy and paste it and be lazy. But we take this and we stick it in there. And if we don't do that, we're not going to get access to the Open Helper. And only now can we say it extends SQLite Open Helper. So what the SQLite Open Helper does for us is it basically handles reading and writing to the database for us. So it creates a subclass and it will handle the following for you. You can see it will create a database, it will read to our database, it will write to our database, it will do all of this for us. And you can find lots more information in the database. Okay. All right. So, I mean, in the documentation, now that we have this in here, we're going to get the red line. And it's going to tell you have to implement a method. So we say implement method, and we implement both of these methods. It's still going to be angry at you because it wants a constructor. Okay, so there's no default constructor. So create constructor matching super, and we're going to take, I think the first, my brain is a little broken. So we write the constructor making this super. So let's just see if I actually made the correct constructor here, although we will be editing it, so it's not such a big problem. And we actually only want the context. Okay, but we will fiddle with this in a minute. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to go ahead and we're going to create some variables. We will need a context. Okay, we are going to need a private static final string, all of those things. We're going to need a private static final string called database name, and I'm going to call this database images.db. Okay, now that we have our database name in it, we are going to have to give the version, and mine is going to be private static final int, and we're going to pass the database version as 1. Okay, once we have that in there, we are going to have to come and create a private byte array, and this is when we're going to go deal with our images. So we're going to create a private byte array output stream, which we are going to call convert bitmap to byte array. So we can only write and store our images as byte arrays, and we're going to go create a private byte array that we will need, but we'll talk about this when we get there, and we're going to call it image in bytes. Okay, now that we have those guys, we can go and work with this constructor. So do you see it says add nullable for all of these guys here? So nullable means that we do not have to pass these values. So what we are going to do is we're going to change this constructor to only take the context. And that's going to, whoopsie, that end shouldn't, what did I do? Sorry, I broke the constructor. We're going to change the constructor to only take the context. So we're going to take out string name. We're going to take out all of these. We only want a context, so we're going to take out, oops, there. Doing so well today. We're going to take out all of these, and we're going to add some stuff in here as well. So we want context, and we're going to pass in here. We also want to pass into constructor our database name. We want to pass in null for the factory, and we're going to pass in database version for our database version. So we have our context, database name, we've passed a null here, and that's why it said add nullable, and there's our database version. Okay, so it should be happy now. There's just one thing we have to do here, is we have to handle this context, or we are going to have one epic error. So we're going to go say this.context equals context, just so that we don't break Android. Now we can go and work on how to create this database, but I think I'll do that in the next video because this has been quite a bit, and in the next video we'll come add all of this.